As promised on the Sledging Room, we have assembled here, Saurabh, I, and Alan, for a mini IPL special, a mega auction. But Saurabh and Alan, we know how time strapped we are in the build up to the Border-Gavaskar Trophy and the IPL mega auction. First question: are you happy with the fact that the mega auction will happen in between a test match?
No,
Not at all.
no.
Like it has happened in the past as well, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Border Gavaskar is such a big series, and it's going to be the first test of the 5-match series. And this is you could have scheduled it any time after the first test
Absolutely.
because there is 10-day gap between the first and the second test. A bit of us, cribbing about this because probably we might have to be in the office for the entire day for those 2 days. That's not a problem, but it kind of diverts the attention from the test match, which is primarily important when it comes to important when it comes to the image of the game. But when it comes to the probably the finance of the game, the IPL auction is more important. But what are you guys have said no, but was there any other solution? Why do you think the BCCI scheduled it like this?
I mean, for me, it was like getting a bit of a trauma from my engineering time when they used to have two major exams.
You flunked one.
Yeah,
You
and
wrote
then
the
the other
arrears.
one also I flunked.
You wrote the arrears in the later
So
in the evening.
it was almost like
Yeah.
that, and you would constantly keep on
Yeah.
saying the same thing. Like, why the
Exactly.
hell? There is so
Yeah.
much time. Why do you need to have it in
Yeah.
between?
It's
this,
called,
right?
in engineering in South India, it's called one day game.
One day game.
Where you finish
One
an exam
exam,
in the morning.
Okay.
and then you have another one in the evening.
Probably that'll be an arrear.
Yeah.
So you have to kind
Both
of
are
write.
sometimes both are arrears from different semesters.
That is
So-
so like 6 hours of exam. Like it's
Yeah, so basically it's like, taking away the importance of the Border-Gavaskar Trophy is it's a criminal kind of a thing. Like, you need to have that much time, because if you look at it, the Adelaide and the Perth and the Adelaide test, they have a good enough gap,
10 days.
10 days. So obviously you could have had it at 27 and then 28.
Yeah.
That could have helped as well. But then I don't know. It is at the end of the day, it is what it is, I guess.
As a cricket fan in India, this Border Gavaskar Trophy is a series which you wait for, and especially India going to Australia.
Yeah.
And then this is going to be the first 5 test match series after, I think, 22 years.
Yeah.
32 years, sorry. So I would have expected these two IPL auctions is as big a mega auction, as big a thing as it can get. So me being a cricket fan, I would have enjoyed both things separately. But now what happens is I am in a mood where I am watching Red Ball Cherry going on top of Virat Kohli, and then the moment the day ends, you see, okay, the hammer is going down. So that is going to be too much fast track for me. But now we are not left with much of an option. So let's enjoy what's going to come.
Or probably the BCCI knew that the test match won't last beyond 2.5 days.
Oh, that is the social
It's-
media theory which is going behind.
Yeah. Jasprit Bumrah rattling Australia,
No.
Oh,
getting them bowled out for 40
okay.
No.
in the first innings of the
Yeah.
Perth test. And it's not like, so keep in mind, it's not like the Perth test starts at 5 a.m. like at any
No.
typical Australian test matches. The Perth has a different timings and it starts at around 8 a.m. India time. And the auction is scheduled to start at 3 p.m. India time. The auction is happening in Jeddah, but according to the Indian time, it's going to start at 3 p.m. But that's all we can do, right? We can crib and we can complain, but kind of we have to be tuned in.
Yeah.
Cricket fans have to kind of divert attention. We have to divert attention. That's the case. But Saurabh, today, before coming to the podcast room, Saurabh was fuming, It was fun to see Saurabh as a Delhi Capitals fan.
Yeah, I am.
Kind of, the Delhi Capitals were, there was to give a little bit more context to why Saurabh was fuming on the floor.
Okay.
Sunil Gavaskar, speaking to Star Sports, kind of said that Delhi Capitals might go all the way to buy Rishabh Pant back. And he also said the reason why they might have not retained Rishabh is because of some possible disagreements over fees. If you remember right, Delhi Capitals, their highest retention fee was rupees 16.5 crore for Akshar Patel. So he said that, and Rishabh Pant, who's training in Perth for the first test,
Yeah.
found time to open his Twitter and then reply to that post that I did not leave Delhi because of money. there was more to it. And Saurabh was furious. He's like, "Who is Rishabh Pant?
I did not say who is Rishabh
Why
Pant.
is Delhi
No, please
Capitals
don't.
are,
No.
Delhi Capitals are the
Don't
holy
add
grail."
spice to whatever I said. I did not say
Yeah.
who is Rishabh Pant.
Uh-huh.
I just said,
Yeah.
see, I am a Delhi Capital fan and I was not very happy with the way Rishabh Pant parted ways with the DC. Why? Because, see, Rishabh Pant has now come out and said that I can definitely assure that my retention was not done not because of money. Fine. But before the retention also, I mean, 30 days ago, before that retention, Rishabh Pant ke bare mein, they asked Paz Jindal, the co-owner of DC, and he said definitely he is going to be our first retention. Then definitely there must be some positive talks going on. And then I think after that statement, 10 days after that statement, we see a Rishabh Pant tweet in the midnight. I don't know why it came in midnight. Maybe people can guess why it came in midnight.
Probably was training.
Training in India in midnight.
Yeah,
okay, fine, I understand.
Preparing for
and
the
then he's saying,
day-night test.
Will I be sold if I go in auction? Why will you do that?
That's to test waters.
Why are you portraying yourself as a cry baby?
It's not. See,
no, see, whatever he has done for India, huge respect for him. I respect him. I want him to play well for India. Franchisees can never come over India for me. And in India play, I will respect him. But this is going over the top now. Because
Alan, I want to stop you there, Saurabh. Alan, do you agree with that sentiment? Like, Saurabh probably is talking as a fan in this, which is allowed in this.
One of the things that I've always noticed in the IPL has been the fact that when players have wanted more money, they have always had that kind. We have not been hearing those kind of conversations. We have heard that, oh, so and so player has been released, he's leaving this franchise and he's going into the auction. Nowadays, it almost feels like you have the football transfer rumors kind of a situation. Everybody has this thing. Everyone is saying, oh, Rishabh wanted more money. Rishabh wanted to go from here. He wanted to go possibly to CSK. He wanted to possibly go to Punjab Kings. He wants to go to RCB. There have been a lot of things that have been coming in right now. So I feel his tweet basically was...
Which tweet? The tweet that came on...
Not the one today.
Because, not the recent one.
Yeah. Today he said that, it was not about money. But if you look at it 1 month ago, it was all about money. He was asking how much will I get sold for. So you can see that Rishabh Pant is not helping his case. That tweet for him, if he had respect for Delhi Capitals, he would not have put out that tweet. Whatever discussions that had happened, even you take the case of Shreyas Iyer and KKR as well. Shreyas Iyer left the franchise. And when Venki Mysore was asked the question, he said that he was going to be our first pick, but he himself, we had negotiations and sometimes they don't work out. So it's better for the player to move out. And probably that would have been the case with Delhi also. It could have been an amicable thing. Right now, it looks like
there was something more brewing on.
Yeah, he has some issues with the Delhi Capitals management. They have an issue with Rishabh Pant. So,
to be fair, there was a bifurcation in the way the Delhi Capitals were managed. As in, like, they released a statement saying the two groups of owners, one will take care of the IPL team for 2 years. And then we saw how the management team also changed, the coaching staff. Like, everybody was let go. Ricky Ponting was let go and they appointed Hemang Badani, Venugopala Rao and Munaf Patel. Probably, we don't know. Maybe that might have contributed. Maybe Pant might have been told that you will no longer be captain. Are you willing to stay? I think these are all rumors that we're hearing. But
I will not speculate on what happened behind the scenes because we don't know and it's not right. It might be that the franchise is wrong.
But you speculated Rishabh Pant tweeting at midnight.
It was
a loaded statement. People who are listening to us.
The timing of the tweet says, go and check the Twitter.
Yeah, but still, what did you infer from that? As in, what did you
are
refer to that?
I am just saying that it happened. And what I am saying is, if we take the example of Rishabh Pant, talk about KL Rahul, what happened with him on the field last year, and the way he parted ways, such a mannerful, respectful way. See, I
think both parties maintained respect at the end of the day. A little bit of smoke was there, but I think it was amicably done between LSG and KL.
That is how you should handle things. And with Rishabh Pant, I don't know what went wrong behind the table. There are so many reports and I will not quote those reports. It's not fair. Unless you know something, you should not speak out on something. But these kind of tweets doesn't help his case, like Alan pointed out. You should not make it. You are an India cricketer. You are a future captain, considering of how you have performed in Test cricket. You are one of the greatest Test wicketkeepers we have had. And right now you are in Perth preparing for the Test series, the biggest Test series of this year for India. do not focus on these things.
No, but
You'll get your
Yeah.
virtue and you'll get your value also in the auction.
Yeah,
You just sit and watch it.
But on the flip side, Saurabh,
Yeah.
is it also a bit of failure from Delhi Capitals themselves? Like you identified him
Yeah.
in 2016, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
He was part of the Under-19 World Cup and they gave him a chance. And he has been playing for them ever since. Even after that horrific car accident, he was
Yeah.
out of cricket for a year and then they immediately appointed him as the captain.
Yeah.
We all had our doubts. Probably we thought that Pant should not be rushed back into captaincy because we thought he should get some more time to ease into international cricket and competitive cricket. But is it a bit of, Rishabh Pant is going to be your biggest shirt seller in the team, right?
Okay, yeah.
He's going to bring in revenue, he's going to bring in sponsorship. As in, I'm not saying that the owners don't have that without Rishabh Pant, but that added thing, like how, look at RCB, learn from them.
So
Like,
when you talk
yeah.
about the owners, remember there was a captain called Shreyas Iyer.
Yes.
To make Rishabh Pant the captain,
Yes,
Delhi
exactly.
Capitals actually
Yeah.
let go of Shreyas Iyer,
Yeah.
the captain who took them to IPL final.
Yeah.
And the captain who actually re-energized the franchisee after what horror campaign they had for like 8-9 years.
Mhm.
So when the franchisee backs you like this, they gave Ricky Ponting 7 years. They gave Rishabh Pant 3 years.
Hmm.
1 year he was not present. And then if you're not able to perform, the franchisee will ask you questions. And then one more thing, Delhi Capitals 2 owners, that doesn't help anyone's case.
Hmm.
Because you say 2 years, okay, GSW is going to manage the team. 2 years, GMA Group is going to manage the team. So GMA Group wants the team to be run like they want to. GSW has their own favorites. For example, Saurav Ganguly.
Hmm.
So Saurav Ganguly came out in public and said Ricky Ponting has been let go of. Now I will handle the coaching thing of Delhi Capitals. What happens when the retention days comes? You see, Saurav Ganguly is nowhere in that setup only. He is the director of cricket for GSW Sports.
Yeah. For other Delhi cricket
Other
franchises.
Delhi cricket
For
franchises.
women's, for Dubai Capitals, for
Yeah.
Pretoria Capitals.
But not for Delhi
Yeah.
Capitals. For
So
the
this also does not help.
Yeah.
But I think the franchisee did back Rishabh Pant and they trusted him till the time they ran out of patience. Where they knew that now if we want some results, we need to take a harsh call.
No, but if you had to pay, so Sunrisers had paid rupees 23. If it's not, Rishabh is clearly saying it's not about money, so there must have been something else.
Exactly, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What has happened behind the scenes, we don't know.
Yeah.
And whatever I have read, I will not speak out because that is not fair to anyone.
Whose loss is it more? As in, like, is it Rishabh Pant's loss or is it Delhi Capitals?
So I will tell you very frankly. So right now, if you see the IPL auction dynamics, a team like RCB and Punjab Kings have the most purse. Punjab Kings has the most purse, then RCB, then DC. After what Rishabh Pant has tweeted now, I don't think DC are going to go for Pant. Fine. So it's going to be either between RCB or
Punjab Kings.
Punjab Kings, considering how valuable a player he is.
Yeah.
A wicket keeper, a captain, a middle order batter, shot seller, everything. Definitely it's going to hurt DC. It's not. But what if a player like Rishabh Pant lands at Punjab Kings? Nothing against Punjab Kings, but which player has actually progressed from Punjab Kings? Apart from Arshdeep, who they let go of. So Rishabh Pant can also land into hot waters if he does not find the right team. Yes, the Delhi Capitals are already in hot waters because they have let go of India star.
Yeah.
An all format India star. So I will not comment on anything other thing.
So for me, I have always found one fascinating thing about the IPL is that there is no loyalty.
Yeah.
There is no loyalty.
Except Virat.
Except Virat, because he has been the face, and if RCB let go of Virat Kohli, they are nothing.
And Rohit, we have seen with MI.
That
After
also
whatever happened
last
they have
season.
stuck
Let's-
together.
Yeah.
And MS with CSK.
MS with CSK. They have been the only 3 cases.
Yeah.
A guy like Shreyas, who, I have been a KKR fan. It is sad for me to see
Sanju with RR, you've forgotten that.
Sanju with RR as well. But
Yeah,
Sanju
sorry for
started
interrupting you. there, you
Sanju
can-
started off with KKR also.
Yeah,
Big
that-
mistake from our side
that
as well.
bias, yeah.
But when you look at Shreyas had accomplished everything that was possible at KKR, and we were so happy with having Shreyas as the captain.
We in the sense KKR. KKR fans.
KKR fans, because they did not want to let go of him. Yeah, obviously his batting and the way that he used to play were all questioned. But at the end of the day, if the player does not want to stay, then he does not want to stay. There is no loyalty factor that is coming in when it comes to IPL. It's not like your Premier League football, or it's not like any other leagues in the world.
Yeah.
You have a certain Faf du Plessis playing for RCB in the IPL. He plays for every other CSK franchise all around the world. So there is no loyalty. Let's come to that. Secondly, when it comes to the Pant issue, my whole thing is like how Saurabh pointed out. They have backed him so much. So the last thing that he could have done is this drama not letting this drama unfold.
Yeah.
Right?
The way I asked that question, like, was that not Delhi Capital's fault that they backed him? If, as in, Alan has put it the right way. As in, I wanted to incite you a little bit. I wanted to poke you a little bit. But after all the backing that Rishabh Pant has gotten
Yeah.
over the last few years, probably he should have been more measured in his. Even
Yeah,
if he
I mean,
wanted to leave the franchise, right?
See, they could have let him go before last season or a season before that when he was
Yes.
injured.
Hmm.
They backed him. They kept his jersey on top of their dugout
Hmm.
as
And
a
he was part of the auction table.
Hmm.
auction table
So
last
you get
season.
everything, and then you go, oh no, it's not about money.
No,
What is
it's-
it about?
It
Please
is.
tell.
It's about leaving the franchise. That makes sense. That absolutely
Yeah,
makes sense.
absolutely.
And any player in the IPL wants to get the big buck. Let's be very honest with that also. There is no loyalties. Nobody is going to go out and say, oh, I only want to play for KKR, right? Or oh, I only want to play for MI.
Yeah.
There have been cases before where certain players have said, Ki, I want to go to MI, so please don't bid for me after a certain point. I'd like to remain with, or I'd like to go back to Mumbai. That has been the case with a lot of players before. But nowadays, it is not there.
Hmm.
Tomorrow, if a Jasprit Bumrah gets released,
Hmm.
he would want the big buck, right? He would want
Definitely,
the most
yeah.
amount of money. Then he'll obviously bring in the things like captaincy, all those things.
Yeah.
So with Rishabh Pant, I feel wherever he's going next, be it RCB or PBKS, I think he'll get a lot of power there because RCB is obviously going to look at the next superstar who's going to lead them after Kohli.
Yes.
Right.
KL Rahul is coming there.
KL Rahul is going to be there. That's
Yeah.
going to be interesting. Let's
KL
see how
has kind of said openly in quite a
he
few
wants
interviews.
to. It makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, the way that KL left RCB was there were a lot of stories and rumors that were in,
Yeah.
but that has all been done. But yeah, so Rishabh might have been looking for that kind of power, which GMR Group was not ready to give, because I feel like they trusted these guys to be the faces of the team going forward. Akshar obviously is a very good, very beautiful T20I player, fielding, batting, and bowling. Maybe Rishabh as a T20I player was also, that could have also been questioned because his numbers in the IPL last season was tremendous. But before that, his strike rate, his average have always been questioned. So maybe that could have also been the reason, and he might not have liked it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but this drama could have been avoided. That is something that
Keeping
I
the
feel.
drama away, do you think Rishabh Pant probably will be the costliest player in the auction history? Like before we go there, I'll just give a little lowdown and explainer for
Yeah.
our audience. There have been a total of 574 players who have been shortlisted. 1,574 players were longlisted for this, and from there, 1,000 players were removed, pruned, and then the list has become 574. The auction will happen over 2 days in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, on 24 and 25. Sorry, if am I right? On day 3
absolutely
and
right.
day 4 of the test match, the Perth test.
Hmm.
And teams, as in like a total of 204 slots only have to be filled after teams retained their own players. Punjab Kings were the team who did not retain more than 2 players.
Right.
And quite a few teams like Mumbai Indians have retained the full set of 6 players. So if you look at it, Punjab Kings have the biggest purse. That's a big worry for most franchises heading into the auction.
Yeah.
Like we have seen how Punjab Kings have bid for players in the past. So they have 110.5 crores. And RCB are next with 83 crore. They retained 3 players, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Virat was given 21 crore.
Virat,
And the
Rajat,
most costliest player who was retained was Heinrich Clausen.
Yeah, 23 crores.
23 crore, the costliest player. And if you look at it, Punjab 110, RCB 83, Delhi Capital 73. So the rest have 50, 40, 45. Lucknow also have 69. So keeping that in mind, like Punjab 110, RCB 83 and Delhi Capital 73. Do you think Rishabh Pant can break that Mitchell Stark record?
Definitely. I mean, an Indian wicketkeeper who has just won a T20 World Cup, he can bat at number 4, number 5. He gives you that stability. A captaincy option. Almost 5 franchisees need a captain after whatever happened in the rotation thing. Then the shirt sale value that he brings.
Yeah.
So Rishabh Pant is actually an India superstar. You can't deny that.
Yeah.
Definitely teams are going to break rank for them. For him. For teams like RCB, Punjab Kings, maybe LSG.
Yeah.
You never know. And as I have been reading reports, although it doesn't look viable, CSK want Thala replacement. They want junior Thala.
Hmm.
So they might look for Rishabh Pant junior Thala. But MS Dhoni has been loyal to CSK. Will Pant be loyal if he goes to CSK?
There comes the DC
there
fan.
comes
There
the
comes the DC
Yeah, I
fan
will ask
being a
questions.
sliding.
Obviously, I'm a DC fan.
Yeah, he'll be probably more loyal to Tala.
Yeah.
Mahi bhai karke. Let's not question Rishabh Pant's loyalty without knowing what has happened, Saurabh.
No, you question Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, of course.
No,
Yeah.
but it is out in the open, right? He is asking.
Yeah.
First, he said, "How much money
Yeah.
will I get?" Now he's saying, "No,
Stop
I
crying,
don't."
Rishabh Pant. You are Indian superstar.
Yeah.
Behave like one.
He's loyal for the Team India shirt. That's
Yeah.
more than
I
enough.
respect
That is
him for
great.
that.
That is great. That you have to be loyal to the
You know,
this thing.
this is why KL Rahul is the amount of trolls KL Rahul has faced in his life. Despite that, the way he puts things
Yeah.
and the way he has managed things, hats off to him.
Yeah, you have to
After seeing the
appreciate
drama where Rishabh Pant has pulled off, hats off to KL Rahul.
Yeah, he could have KL Rahul could have stepped out,
that.
and KL Rahul could have said, "Oh, the owners treated me badly, and I
Yeah.
don't want to be with this team anymore." No, they said that we want to have a
A
certain
winning
change.
mentality.
A winning mentality, a change in system. He said things did not work out, so it's better that I look out as well.
Yeah.
And he's one of the superstars in the auction. Let's not
Yeah.
deny it.
Yeah.
KL Rahul has been someone who has
Hmm.
you might criticize his batting style or whatever,
Yeah.
but he has always scored runs. He has
Yeah.
always scored runs in each edition.
On
So
November 19, this podcast is being recorded on November 19.
and we are
We are
talking
praising
KL
KL
Rahul.
Rahul.
Yeah, we
For
will
all
praise
that he did 1 year ago.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
but
Times can change.
times can change. So that is the thing. Like
Yeah.
even now, Shreyas Iyer also left.
Hmm.
Probably the only comment that we heard was from Vengi Mysore, which was a
Yeah.
very respectful comment.
Yeah,
he said
absolutely.
he said it properly, and the
Yeah.
things went off. Now the whole thing is that Rishabh could have easily taken that route.
Hmm.
There is no problems. Okay, Delhi Capitals, I had a great run with you guys. You saw how Josh Butler, an England player,
Yes.
the kind of post that he put out when he
Yeah.
was, he said
Even Glenn Maxey.
Glenn Maxey, the fact that
Hmm.
a foreigner said that I don't know if this is going to be my last thing with you guys, but if it has been, then it has been a great journey because you guys supported me. He started off with MI, he could not achieve that success. At RR, he became the superstar that is.
Hmm.
So RR played a huge role in Josh Butler's life.
Yeah.
So those are the ways that you need to exit a team,
Hmm.
not by creating so much ruckus that when you come back,
Hmm.
now probably the whatever team that Rishabh Pant ends up at,
Hmm.
and when they go to face DC, he could be in a very hostile environment. Probably the
Yeah.
fans could turn on him.
Yeah.
So that is not something that he would have wanted to have.
Provided DC have fans, supportive fans. Because when I went for a game there, they were like willing for Rishabh Pant to get out. Willing for Rishabh Pant to get out when he was struggling a little bit
Yeah.
in 2024 season. So that's not the kind of fandom
No, you
that
want
I have.
fandom like MS Dhoni? Team loses. Okay, Dhoni Thala has come.
Dhoni Thala has
3
come.
balls, 2
Three
sixes.
balls.
Oh,
Oh.
Thala
Yes,
Dhoni, Thala
yes.
Dhoni. What is
Fun,
this?
Fun fandom.
Please, Akshay, stop behaving like a CSK fan.
No, I was about to say this. I was
Yeah.
about to say this when you spoke about, a little breakup between the player and the team
Yeah.
and then coming back. We have seen that in the past. Suresh Raina's exit from CSK was not very straightforward.
Yeah.
But we have all seen that, not in a playing capacity, but he has kind of endorsed the team right after that.
Yeah, he's a legend.
So those are kind of things that keep on happening in the IPL. That's what I'm saying. Let's not read too much into it. Like we also,
No, you are trying to read too much into
I
it.
was trying to needle you.
Yeah.
In that way, let's not get carried away, and like these things keep happening. We have seen that many times
we
in the
should not
past.
forget that this auction is not just about Rishabh Pant.
Exactly. See, the main thing is, whatever you say, there are so many players. There are around 574 we spoke, but 12 players, 12 of them who are in the marquee set. The first, there is 2 marquee sets this time,
Yeah.
which will be probably sold on the first day
Mhm.
of the auction. And let me read out the marquee list. It has Josh Butler, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, Kagiso Rabada, and Ashdeep Singh, Mitchell Stark, Yuzvendra Chahal, Liam Livingston, David Miller, KL Rahul, Mohammad Shami, and Mohammad Siraj. Out of all these players, only David Miller has set himself a base price of rupees 1.5 crore. All the others have a base price of rupees 2 crore
crores.
each. So if you had listened to this list, as in if we have all analyzed this list, from this, barring Rishabh Pant, who do you think is going to get big bucks? Like Butler, Shreyas Iyer, Rabada, Arshdeep, Stark, Chahal, Livingston, KL.
When you asked me the question about Rishabh Pant being the most costliest player, I had doubts in my mind.
Yeah.
And that doubt was because of another Indian player, and that was Arshdeep Singh. Arshdeep Singh is another T20 World Cup winner. Fine. And the way he has bowled since his debut for India, since 2022.
Yeah.
I think he has become the Indian pacer with most wickets
Yes.
in T20Is.
He's behind Chahal by 1 wicket,
Yeah.
I think.
And especially in that game against South Africa,
Yeah.
where Indian batters Tilak Verma and Samson toyed with South African bowling, Arshdeep Singh rattled them with his pace and bounce. And
both with the new ball and the old ball.
And the most costliest retained, the player who has been retained, Henrik Larsson, had no clue how to face Arshdeep Singh. So for me, Arshdeep Singh is going to be, if not the most costly player, second most expensive player in this IPL auction.
And I think both the costliest player, Rishabh Pant and Arshdeep, ends up at
Punjab Kings. Spend 40 crores on two of them. It's a good investment, is what I think.
Yeah.
Like if
So
you
that
have
they-
110 crores.
Yeah. They might as well spend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
but it was a surprise to see Arshdeep not getting retained. You know, he could have, like Saurabh is predicting. I am not still very sure of players getting 20 crore in a mega auction.
Yeah.
Because we have seen the trend in mega auction over the last few years. Like, yes, Punjab have 110, but if there is no one to compete with them wholeheartedly, if there is no one to compete with them, then how will you push the price beyond 2025? I still have my doubts over a player getting 25 at least. Probably 20 touch and go is possible. But I agree with Saurabh that Arshdeep might be a very good,
because
very in demand player during the auction.
Because when you look at that list of that marquee set of players,
Yeah.
probably Arshdeep is the guy who is in form when it comes to the T20I format.
Yeah.
Right. If you look at it,
exactly.
even with Rishabh Pant also in the mix,
Yes.
I would still rate Arshdeep to be the most informed player in that group.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because Josh Butler has just returned and he's now a number 3 batter for some reason. Then you have Shreyas, who has not been in the T20I picture
Not
for
at
a
all.
long period of time.
Kagiso Rabada.
Kagiso Rabada again rested for the series. You have Stark once again very, very susceptible when it comes to T20Is. Did not play the Pakistan series. Then
But he won the title for you guys. So
Yeah,
don't forget
but-
that. Don't
yeah.
be ungrateful.
No, he's not ungrateful. How
Yeah.
is he ungrateful?
Yeah, but I'm
Just
talking
pointing out
about
the right value
when
of a
it
player
con-
in a mega auction.
Yeah.
when it comes to
Akshay,
the
stop trying to rile.
trying to rile people up for no good reason.
And then Chahal,
Chahal, yes, again, not been in the
yeah.
international circuit for a long period of time.
Livingston. Livingston might be a prized commodity.
Yeah,
Livingston might
might.
be a price commodity given the fact that he can,
If you talk about recent form, he has done really well.
in white
And he's
ball
a leg
cricket.
spinner who can give you 4 really good overs.
Yes.
3 good
Leg
overs.
spinner, off spinner, he bowls
Yeah.
off spin to left
He
hand.
could actually be a good option for RCB to replace Glenn Maxwell as
Glenn
well.
Maxwell.
Yeah,
But who is saying Glenn Maxwell is going to be replaced?
Yeah, that is also true.
Yeah.
that is
So
also true.
all these players, when you look at it, Siraj and Shami, Siraj has not been playing T20I cricket for some
Miller.
time. Miller, again, he is almost
34,
at the
35, yeah.
twilight of his career. So Arshdeep is one of the priceless commodities in there. I have heard rumors from KKR aiming to build a
Bowling.
India pace attack with Arshdeep or Shami leading it.
Mhm.
So obviously there are going to be a lot of interest for Arshdeep. But like I said, whatever the price is, I feel Punjab Kings will come in because of the cushion that they have. They will come in and they are going to
They
get
have
him back
some-
on RTM.
They have some 11, 12 RTMs, I think.
Yeah. So after having retained just 2 players,
Two
so
uncapped players.
4 RTM slots are there, and
Yeah.
I don't think they will go back to a Livingston and a Rabada because it did not work out. Probably Arshdeep was the one player that really worked out for them. So I believe he's going to go for 17.5 maybe, and he'll go back to Punjab.
Saurabh, you said Arshdeep might be the costliest player in the
Yeah.
marquee list.
Yeah.
What's your tag for him, price tag for him?
18 crores.
If you were an IPL owner, you would not go
18
beyond
crores.
18
Yeah,
crores.
not see any player in this IPL mega auction should not be sold over 18 crores. No player is of more value than that.
Virat has taken 21.
Because
Klaasen has
Virat is
taken
RCB.
23.
RCB is Virat.
RCB is
Klaasen
there.
has taken 23.
I can't understand that move.
Yeah, that
For
is
however
Nicholas Puran, 21 for LSG.
absolutely baseless. I just don't understand how
See,
the
I
franchise
think
divides.
Puran and Klaasen, given their skill sets, brilliant players, but not more than 16, 17 crores.
Yes.
I have my reservations about this retention strategies from the teams also.
Yeah.
Like when you see CSK are known for very good auctions in the past, Mumbai have got it spot on, is what
Absolutely.
I think.
Best.
Yeah.
Best.
Best,
Like
best.
they have kind of got it spot on, and Mumbai seem to be in a very grudge mode that they have not done well over the last 3-4 years, and especially after what happened last year, they might come out all guns
Yeah,
blazing.
they brought back Mahela Javadne. They retained the
Yes.
top Indian stars.
Yeah.
And they were-
Maje, see, don't forget Maje had a very good equation with Hardik also when he
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their core is almost set.
Yeah.
The core is set.
And the price split was also fantastic. like,
fantastic. Yeah.
You know what?
And just before you go there, I want to
Yeah.
complete my point about CSK. I see, hats off to Rutraj for what he has achieved over the last
Yeah.
few years. But rupees 18 crore for Rutraj, he might be your captaincy candidate, but when you let him in the auction, he is a one-dimensional player. He
Yeah.
is a batter who opens at the top. Yes, he might have his variations. He might have his, he might be very flexible. He might be very versatile as an opener. But he just brings that opening batting to the table. Unlike he's a decent fielder, but he doesn't bowl. So 18 crore, if you let him in the auction, I don't think he would have sold for more than rupees 10
I think
crore.
But maybe I think that CSK's dynamics works according to MS Dhoni's whims and fancies.
But
So if MS
whatever
Dhoni
you
likes
say,
if MS Dhoni likes you are there.
Yeah.
but you could have still said,
Like
I
Suresh
want to
Raina,
retain
Suresh
players
Raina
for 14 crore.
Like Shreyas Iyer for whatever he did for CSK,
Hmm.
the way he was let go of, because there were reports that he had a bit of scuffle with MS Dhoni
over a balcony.
over a balcony.
That is unverified reports, but
Yeah,
yeah.
unverified. Oh, yeah, you will
So-
try to defend CSK. I know you will defend CSK.
Yeah, like you said, I can't speak about things that are being said
No.
in the media. I can't say that in the open.
CSK, no, we
But
all
you
know-
happily
no,
said the balcony
CSK
matter in the open.
CSK CEO has always come
Yeah.
out and said,
Yeah.
MS Dhoni is CSK. What
Exactly.
he decides is
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, done.
So you don't raise questions on what MS Dhoni does. Fine.
Absolutely.
So let's not talk about that.
That's the thing. You can just be like certain administrators in the CSK. They say, Dhoni will take care. Bas, end of story. That's the statement that you get.
I want to ask you both one question.
Yeah.
So you read the marquee list.
Yeah.
There are, I think, KKR, RCB, LSG, Punjab Kings, and Delhi Capitals. They need a captain.
Yeah.
So do you think all these franchises will get a captain in this marquee list?
No. I think personally, I feel for KKR, if they are not getting their intended captaincy candidate, I think they'll go for Nitish Rana because of the job that he did in the season where
Has
Shreyas
Nitish Rana been retained?
he's in the.
So first to get him,
is going to be a task,
Yeah.
obviously.
he's a good middle order batter
Because
who I think was a little underutilized at KKR.
KKR, yes.
Because of the talent that the KKR lineup had.
Yeah,
It's not
because
because
last
of
season
Nitish
before,
Rana not getting a chance,
La-
but any team would love a left-handed Indian batter in the middle order.
because
So that
I
might
think
not be a straightforward issue.
Last season was a little unfortunate for him because he
Yeah.
got injured
yeah,
during the first match, and
Yeah.
then Angrish Raghuvanshi came in. So those are the kind of things. And when you talk about price split, I think one of the things I was very happy about was with the KKR price split as well. You had Rinku retained for 13 crores,
Mhm.
and then you had Russell, Narayan, and Varun Chakravarti for 12 crores, and Harshit and Ramandeep coming in at 4 crores.
Yeah.
That was smart.
Yeah. Ramandeep and Harshit seem to be a steal now.
what Mumbai Indians obviously have the best Indian core,
core. Yeah,
but they're aging.
but they are aging.
Do not forget this. KKR has the best young Indian core. And if they can get a good captain,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can stop them from defending the title. This is
Yeah.
what I believe.
But what about KL Rahul? We have not discussed this. We
Yeah,
have
yeah,
discussed
definitely.
the way he has parted ways. But can you think of any particular destination for him?
RCB. Absolutely, RCB
See,
nailed on.
See, the way RCB social media has been promoting KL Rahul, especially when the Bengaluru test was about to happen. There were tweets in Kannada about KL Rahul,
Yeah.
and they were posting photos of Kohli and KL Rahul together, saying our own.
Yeah.
So if these things are there, definitely they have planned, because they also need a captain.
Yeah.
They have let go of Faf.
So,
Mm.
And until unless Virat decides to come back to captaincy, they will
Which
want
I
an
don't
Indian.
think he will.
I think they will want a local boy.
Huh.
And KL Rahul, who better than KL Rahul?
Mm.
and I think what they will be ideally looking to fill is that one wicketkeeper spot, one captain spot, and one opener spot. All those three things are filled with KL Rahul.
Yeah.
So
So
and also
one-stop solution for
and also a Kannadiga boy coming back to the team.
yeah. Anybody you think will give RCB a run for their money or just inflate the price a little bit
KL Rahul
in terms of KL
for-
Rahul?
I think Punjab Kings.
Punjab Kings. Punjab
If
Kings.
you know,
If
that-
they don't get Rishabh
yeah,
Pant.
that depends on who comes first, who comes later.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because if KL Rahul comes first, definitely they're not going for KL Rahul.
Yeah.
Then I think RCB might get him for cheap
Hmm.
because LSG are not going for him.
Yeah.
Okay. DC, I don't know if they will go for him because there are reports saying that GMR Group have tried to approach Shreyas Iyer.
Okay.
So as of now, it looks like DC want Shreyas Iyer, Pubcas want Rishabh Pant, RCB want KL Rahul,
Yeah.
and KKR might want Josh Butler.
Yeah. And CSK want James Anderson.
Oh, CSK,
That is
James
so-
Anderson.
I think that is another signing that we can write it off right now. 42-year-old young prime fast bowler in Chepauk under MS Dhoni. Oh my God. I think CSK fans, if they hear this line, they are
You
done.
must not forget, he is younger than MS Dhoni.
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely, why not?
Why not? Younger than MS Dhoni also.
And
my God.
more than that, CSK spent something 14-15 crore for Deepak Chahar.
Yeah. Might
get-
be a better replacement.
You'll get a better replacement in James Anderson.
Let's
and
not
a
forget.
fitter replacement in James Anderson.
Let's
in
not
less
forget
money.
the unfortunate injuries that
Yeah,
Deepak Chahar has
definitely. I'm
had.
not.
But in a jest,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you look at it, probably 2 crore for James Anderson and whatever crore you want to pay for Deepak Chahar, that's a good bargain. But no, KL Rahul. So you're saying that
RCB.
probably RCB, yes,
Yeah.
right? And Shreyas Iyer, we discussed.
DC, Delhi Capitals.
DC.
KKR might not raise the paddle for him.
KKR, I don't think it's going to happen. KKR might have decided that, for Shreyas also, if he wants that money, it's better. Because I've never seen KKR stand in the way for the players. Like, I remember the time when everybody criticized KKR for letting go of Surya Kumar Yadav. But actually, it was Surya Kumar Yadav who said that, listen, I want to go back to MI. So please don't lift the paddle for me. Let me go back to MI. I want to play for MI. And that's my goal. I think only SRH was the team that really pushed MI to the limit. KKR did not involve it. So that is something that we have always seen with KKR. So he's done. I think that chapter is
Just
done at
one
this
more
point.
question from me before you guys.
Yeah. I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the IPL's best spinner? Like the most leading wicket
Yeah,
taker?
yeah.
Yuzvendra Chahal. Where do you think he will go?
This might be a very bold call,
Hmm.
but I feel for some reason MI might
Yes.
try to snap him. Because
Yeah.
since he has left MI, let's not forget that he's actually started his IPL
Yes,
career
yes, yes.
in MI.
Yeah.
Since he has left
hung
MI,
upside down from a
Yeah,
balcony.
whatever.
Oh, that is a different thing.
Yeah.
since he has left MI, they have not had a great spinner. Piyush Chawla, great work that he has done.
Harbhajan Singh.
Harbhajan, not as
Yeah.
this thing. So, Chahal might have done great with RCB, but again, RCB, I don't know which management it was, but they also did him very
What
badly.
about his chances of coming back to RCB? They have around 80 crores, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah.
He might even... with
KL and Chahal for 30 lakhs, so like 25 crores between them is a good deal, right?
the same can... Also, there's the possibility of Punjab Kings...
Yeah, Punjab Kings can go for anyone. Like
Punjab
whatever
Kings...
whatever big name you say,
Punjab
include Punjab Kings in the race. At least they will try and inflate it, which
Yeah,
they have done in the past. They,
Punjab,
on the outside they might look like they're going for everyone, but they have inflated a lot of prices and made it difficult for the other teams.
Yeah. So,
There is a, I will like to say this for Punjab Kings.
Mm-hmm.
There is a muhavra or a song in Hindi, hum to doobenge saram, tumko bhi le doobenge. So Punjab Kings are that kind of franchisee.
Yeah,
They
they are
know
going
that
to-
they are going to ruin their own.
But it'll be interesting this time, Saurabh, to see
why
how
I'm
Project
saying
Punjab
this?
will go.
I should not take a dig at them.
Yeah.
You know why I'm saying this? So they bought a guy called
Mm.
Shashank Singh.
Mm.
Then there was so much drama. We did not bid for him. Then what happens is you get him, he performs for you, and he is one of those two retentions that you have.
Yeah.
So Punjab Kings are that kind of franchise. They don't know what they want to do. They just don't know.
to be very honest, Project Punjab, good luck for Ricky Ponting with that. But to be very honest, if a franchise is not reaching the playoffs for 10 consecutive years,
Yeah.
the problem sometimes might not be just with
name,
the players.
with the name or the jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they've
think
changed
that
everything.
is-
They've changed
this is
everything.
the- Yeah.
Yeah.
Kings ne Punjab se Punjab Kings ho gaya.
Yeah.
Everything has
The-
happened.
The jerseys, everything have changed. But sometimes it might actually be the problem of the management.
Hmm.
You look at the whole Glenn Maxwell issue that came in, where he said that he had told the owners that if you continue with Virender Sehwag, it might not work out. So they had no communication coming in. And always Punjab is like that. They have bid, they've got Mitchell Johnson, they've got Glenn Maxwell, George Bailey. That 2014 season team was so good, but they still did not win anything.
always look good on paper, as in like it's on the field.
On
Yeah.
the field, now
Yeah.
they've got Ricky Ponting, but
Yeah.
then again, Ricky Ponting, what has he done in the last few years?
Yeah.
No offense to Delhi Capitals also,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
he has not done anything.
He was, to be frank, he was lucky to survive 7 years in Delhi Capitals after that Shreyas Iyer season. I don't see
No.
them, competing for the top 4 consistently.
No,
So
not
that
at all.
was, it'll be interesting to see that. But sort of, what was your question that you wanted to ask? Like,
No, I just
the
wanted
both
to
of
ask
us.
you. See, there are two things. So I want to say something like
Mhm.
I would love to see R. Ashwin coming back to CSK, Chahal coming back to RCB, Iyer coming back to Delhi. It will bring us back to that old vibe
Hmm.
4-5 years ago, how IPL used to be.
Yeah.
But my question to you both is, have you guys recognized any one particular young star who is going to be sold for big bucks?
Hmm.
Overseas, Indian, do you think there is any, not capped star, uncapped star who is going to be?
I think I'm saying Ankush Raghuvanshi.
Yeah.
Considering the dearth for Indian top order batters,
Yeah.
And also the fact that today, right now, pictures have emerged that he's at the RCB trials as well.
yeah, and there are rumors that RCB are offering him something big. So that means, as
Yeah.
in like the commodity is rare, right? The top order
Yeah,
batter
absolutely.
who showed a lot of confidence. He is not an untested prospect also.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's shown for KKR in their victorious
And also
campaign.
the Ranji Trophy. I think he
Yeah.
replaced Prithvi Shaw and
Yeah.
almost played a similar knock, 92
Yeah.
of 96 against.
Mhm.
I'm not remembering which team it was.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think for me, when it came to KKR, one of the names that I always wanted back, if we are not getting a Nitish Rana, probably is Ankush Raghuvanshi. Might as well build on that young core that we already have.
Yeah.
And maybe get a foreigner who's a regular player and make him the captain as well. But yeah, Ankush, I think, is going to go for good money. And I feel it is justified for his talent as well, wherever he ends up at.
What about
I
you,
believe
Saurabh?
that Nihal Vadera is going to back big
Oh,
bucks.
yes.
Because I remember in 2023, Rohit Sharma was giving an interview where he was talking about two players,
Yeah.
Tilak Verma and Nihal Vadera.
Yeah.
And he was telling, you will see how these two are going to serve Indian cricket.
Yes, yes.
Tilak Verma is already established star. He has scored 200 in T20Is and he is part of Mumbai Indians side. If Mumbai Indians are not able to get Nihal Vadera, he might land up at a franchisee with good money under his belt. Because he's a very good batter, as you say, and a left-handed Indian batter who can bat at number 4, number 5, number 6. And he can hit at will.
Yeah.
So he, for me, is going to be the guy who I'm going to look at. And especially, and one more player from England, Jacob Bethel.
Yeah.
I'm hearing too much good things about him. Even Marcus Gothic came out and said that he's going to be a future superstar for us. Because he can bat well, he's a superb fielder, and he's a decent bowler. And he can play spin very well. Much better than his test captain Ben Stokes. So he might get big money.
And there are a few others as well,
Yeah.
like whom we don't have enough time to discuss, the domestic stars and all of them. It'll be interesting to see those stories as well, right? And we always say that, oh, IPL is this, IPL is that, but when it gives you a platform, when these young cricketers who, get that money as a reward for their hard work and respond and, try and contribute to their households, try and, probably get something for their parents, for their girlfriends, for their wives. It is so heartwarming to see.
Yeah.
So that aspect is something that we are looking for. Just that it need not have been kept at the end of the test match
that
day,
is a bit disappointing.
where we are coming to that again, because probably there is an attention deficit that everybody has, and it's too much. Like 11 hours of cricket and high intensity cricket, two of the biggest events that sports has to offer.
I think probably IPL auction is one of the biggest things that me as a fan of IPL looks forward to.
Yeah,
Because it's always exciting to see
exactly.
the Delhi Capitals owner fighting it out with Preeti Sindha
Yeah.
over Daryl Mitchell, only for CSK to come in and buy Daryl Mitchell.
And then Mitchell failing at CSK.
Yeah. You
So
have
all-
to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these are fun
No,
episodes.
but I
with-
miss that Mallaya Kasi Viswanathan banter also.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
you take Ashwin.
Yeah.
And then all that is fun. Now, we have a lot of memories associated with, the IPL auction itself is one of the most watched
yeah,
aspects.
exactly.
Like teams are not in favor of having the mega auction also.
Yeah.
Like for instance, you were talking about the Nehal Vadera bit. If Mumbai Indians would have loved to have both Tilak and Nehal.
Even Nehal Vadera, Namandir,
So
they're
many,
all talents that they have found out,
Yeah.
right?
So-
For us, probably we would not
Ramandeep
have.
also was founded with him.
But
Yeah.
for
Christian Sir
purely
from-
the buzz that IPL auction generates and the eyeballs that it generates through TV and live streaming platforms, I think BCCI is progressing with it. But before we go quickly, One overseas star and one Indian star whom you think will, trigger bidding wars.
Ashdeep Singh for India.
Mm-hmm.
And overseas, I think Phil Salt will bid a triggering war because trigger a bidding war. A wicket-keeper, an opener, in-form opener who has been scoring runs at wills and considering what he did for KKR last season after Delhi Capitals foolishly let him go off.
Yeah.
So Phil Salt and this guy for me.
Bidding war, obviously, number one is going to be Rishabh Pant. He's going to get a lot of money. And while he might have said that Phil Salt will trigger a lot of this thing, I hope that does not happen.
And
KKR gets him for a base price. Everybody should be exhausted by that time. But I have a feeling that Joss Butler might get some big money, given that he's a big name, a proven commodity
and
in
he
IPL.
can captain. He's a T20 World Cup
And
winning
he's
captain.
a T20 World Cup winning captain. Someone might need a Mumbai Indians, or somebody might need an opener alongside their established guys. So, yeah, he could be one.
What about you, Akshay?
I think, like we all know, Rishabh Pant will garner big money.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I think Chahal will be an in-demand Indian cricketer. I expect excess of 15 crore or 12 crore for him. Excess of 12 crore, definitely. And overseas, if you look at it, I think Marcus Stoinis might fetch a lot of money.
Oh, yes.
Marcus Stoinis, keep in mind that he's no more an Australia contracted player.
Oh, yes.
He will be fully available for the IPL. So that's an additional value. And every team needs a proven fast bowling all-rounder who can chip in with a couple of overs.
Right.
And if you look at it, he's not a typical Aussie batter, like a new age Aussie batter who struggles against spin. He kind of hit centuries against Chennai Super Kings in Chennai. So that is something that might work in his favor. So I expect Marcus Stoinis to be one of the highest paid overseas players, if not the highest. It's kind of exciting. Like, we are building up to it, and 2 days it'll be over in a flash, and we'll know how the teams look for the next 3 years. It'll be the these will be the phases of the team. The core will be set and all that. I just hope, one wish I have is like Anderson and Dhoni play for the same team for a couple of years, and
I would love to see that.
Yeah. But let's ask our viewers and listeners also what they think about the IPL auction, what they think about the scheduling of the IPL auction, and who they think will trigger bidding wars in Jeddah on 24 and 25. If you have your feedback and if you have your comments, please send it to 8588966996. If you're listening to us on Spotify and Google Podcast, please rate us. And like we always say, if you're watching us on YouTube, please leave your comment. We'll be more than happy to learn your feedback. Thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll come back after the Perth Test and the IPL auction.
If we survive that. If we survive that, we'll be back.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a great week.